The 2026 World Cup is upon us. It is here starting today in the United States, Mexico, and Canada. And unless you've been living under a rock somewhere or on another planet, you're probably well aware of that, even if you're not a major soccer or football aficionado. But we're here at Straight to Training Ground to help you with 6 key items to help you enjoy the World Cup a little bit better. So, whether you're at a watch party, maybe with the family, maybe you're at a sports bar checking out a random game, maybe you're sitting at home during the summer, flipping through the channels, and there's nothing on but soccer, which is great, by the way. We're here to help you understand things as a casual sports fan. So, for you football aficionados, this one may not be for you. However, we're here to help you out. That's what we do here at Straight from the Training Ground, so you can enjoy the World Cup just like the rest of the world. Number 1, numero uno, the group phase. What is the group phase, you ask? Well, every team in the World Cup is placed in a group of 4 teams. They play each team once, round robin fashion. Standard scoring is you get 3 points for a win, 1 point for a draw. The top 2 teams will move on to the knockout phase, which we'll get to in a second. However, this year, because there's 48 teams as opposed to 24 in the past World Cups, due to the 48 teams, the 8 top third place teams will also move on to the knockout phase, which brings us to the knockout phase. The knockout phase is where things start to get interesting. Think March Madness if you're a casual U.S. sports fan. Winner moves on the brackets, losers go home. If the game is still tied after 90 minutes, then it goes to 2 15-minute overtime periods. If it's still tied, that's when it goes to the all-famous penalty kick shootout. So this is where things really start to get interesting, and it becomes very exciting. This is the knockout phase. Number 3, simultaneous kickoff. What could that be, you might ask? Well, simultaneous kickoff will occur in the last game of the group phase. So, for example, when you're playing your last team in the round-robin portion, all 4 teams will kick off at the same time. Now, obviously, in this day and age with technology, phones, all those kind of things, people can still try to check the scores. But this was just done and started a long time ago to try to help people maintain some fairness in that last game so that no shady stuff would happen to go on, maybe. Number 4, hydration breaks. As I mentioned, the games this year are being played in the United States, also in Canada, also in Mexico in the summer, very hot. So for the first time ever, FIFA has mandated hydration breaks at every single game. Now, hydration breaks aren't new in soccer, and a lot of times at World Cups or other tournaments over the summer or even during the regular season, if the temperatures are pretty hot, they may decide to have a hydration break. However, this is the first time ever that they will be used as a mandatory rule for every game at the World Cup. So now, for the casual U.S. sports fan, think quarters, first quarter, second quarter, so on. So at the middle of the first half and the middle of the second half, both teams will get a mandatory hydration break for the first time. Next, substitutions. As you might be aware of, substitutions in soccer are not the same as they are in free substitutions in American football, baseball, basketball, those kind of things. In the World Cup, you are now allowed 5 substitutions total. However, they must be done in 3 windows. 3 windows, you might ask, what does that mean? Well, not an actual window, but what that means is there are 3 time periods during the game. So if you put in 2 people at once, that's 1 substitution window, so on and so forth. And if things happen to be tied at the end of regulation, both teams are allowed 1 more substitution during that overtime period. And finally, numbers. You may hear announcers during games refer to someone on the field as a number 9, but while you're watching the game, that guy might be wearing number 12. Hence your confusion, or a number 6, or a 7 or 11, or a number 10. What could that be? Well, soccer positions have numbers. They've had those for a long time. So think if you've ever kept a baseball scorebook and someone turns a double play and you write down 6, 4, 3, so on and so on, soccer positions are numbered just as well. We're not going to go through all those, but you can always look those up on your phone, check them out to give you a better understanding of what in the world those announcers are talking about if they would happen to refer to the numbers. Last but not least, just a few key facts. The first World Cup ever was held in 1930, 48 teams. for the first time ever this year. And actually, back in 1930, that was the highest finish for the United States. We finished third back in 1930. Shout out to all those guys. And that's the highest finish ever for the U.S. back in 1930, the first World Cup ever. And for this year, like we said, 48 teams for the first time ever, which will be interesting. More games, a lot more soccer. We'll see how that goes. And also, last but not least, there are several countries who have won multiple championships at the World Cup. Brazil holds the all-time record with 5 World Cup titles. Germany and Italy with 4, Argentina with 3, and France and Uruguay with 2. Also, just want to throw this out there to the casual sports fan. If you are checking out the World Cup this summer, make sure you try to appreciate it and all of its passion and all of the fervor and all of the publicity it's getting. If you may not understand why, here is just a quick fact why. It is, like we said, it started in 1930. It is the biggest sporting event in the world, not the United States, folks, in the world. Just to put this into perspective, last year's Super Bowl was watched by 124 million people. The last World Cup final 4 years ago with Argentina and France, 1.4 billion people.
Damn!
That's right, Smoke Dog. That's a lot of people. So make sure you check it out. We hope this helped maybe a little bit for all the casual sports fans in North America this summer. Lots of soccer going on. Make sure you check out all the watch parties in a lot of the communities and neighborhoods around you. Make sure you support local soccer throughout the summer too, and make sure you have a great summer. World Cup 2026. Until next time, straight from the training ground.